Don't really need to do any housekeeping, I guess. Let everybody know where the bathroom is, any of that stuff.
Wow.
So, we're going to give a brief history about West Ham United Football Club. West Ham is one of 20 teams that currently competes in the Barclays Premier League in England. They're currently located in Stratford, in London's East End. They're affectionately known as the Hammers or the Irons. You'll oftentimes hear, come on you Irons, or have at you Hammers, and there's a reason for that. They traditionally play in a claret and blue kit. Claret and sky blue are the club's colors and have been almost since its inception in 1895. Sorry, wrong way. The club got its start as through the Thames Iron Works. Started as Thames Iron Works in 1895. It was started by Arnold Hills. He was the managing director of the Thames Iron Works shipbuilding company. The team was originally started as an amateur industrial team. So it was just a bunch of guys that worked at the plant, played football against other industrials or amateur teams in the area. Their schedule, though, the Thames Iron Works FC schedule actually more resembled a professional club than an industrial or amateur team. And by 1899, the club had obtained top flight status for their division. Through the course of those 4 or 5 years, the club was slowly switching from an amateur club to more of a professional club. And on July 5th of 1900, the West Ham United Football Club Limited was incorporated. The nickname Iron and Hammers refers back to the times when they were associated with the Thames Iron Works and still are in the East End and West Ham, East Ham, Newham area. They are a football club. The first competitive fixture took place October 12th, 1895 versus Chatham Town. And they've been playing ever since 1895. They're still a current club. 3 players were part of the England's 1966 World Cup team, which England went on to win 4-2 versus Germany. They were Captain Bobby Moore, goal scorers Jeff Hurst and Martin Peters. Bobby Moore has passed, and his number 6 has been retired. There will never be another Hammer. He was number 6. They are currently in the Premier League. The club was promoted to the Premier League in 1993. The Premier League wasn't even started until 1992, so they've been a Premier League team for the majority of their since the Premier League's been around. West Ham is one of only 8 English teams in the Premier League who have never dropped below 2nd tier. So in English football, they've either been Premier League or Champions League. Before the advent of the Premier League, they were either Division 1, Division 2. They never dropped below the 2nd tier. They spent 58 of 90 league seasons in top flight, and prior to the Premier League, Division 1 was top flight. The current manager is Slaven Bilic. Slaven is Croatian, and he's a former West Ham player. We have occupied 4 home grounds, soon to be 5, since its inception in 1895. The first one was Hermit Road. The first match played there was in September of 1895. Thames Iron Works at the time pioneered floodlit stadium. They were the first team to illuminate the pitch so that they could play at night. They determined that, discovered that a lot of their people are working during the day. It's getting dark when people are getting off, so they strung 2,000 lights suspended between poles so that they could light the pitch and play football. They were evicted from that ground, though, after only a few matches. They were in violation of the lease agreement because they installed a perimeter fence and they charged admission fees. So Mr. Hill, the founder, had to scramble to find a new ground, and that's when we moved to Browning Road. He leased some land in Eastham, which is next door to Westham in East End. We played the first match there in March 6, 1897. They noticed that the attendance was abysmal. Eastham wasn't good for Westham football, and the last game was played there on April 8, 1897. In the summer of 1897, we moved to our third pitch, Memorial Ground. This was a purpose-built stadium. It was built to house sporting events, but not just football. Arnold Hill was big on temperance and sports, making the body better. So Memorial Ground had a bike track around it. And there's different athletic events were able to be held here. The first competitive match here was in 1787. The grounds only took 6 months to build, and they were opened on June 22nd, Jubilee Day. It was Queen Victoria's Jubilee anniversary when they opened it. We were here until 1904. The last match was played April 30th, 1904, when we moved to the Bowling Ground. The Bowling Ground is named after Anne Boleyn. The Boleyn Castle was adjacent to where the pitch and the stadium was built. Bowling Ground had everything that Memorial Ground didn't have. It was in walking distance. We're back in Westham now. It's in walking distance from industrial and residential areas. It was close to rail and tram stops, so people come from all over the east end of London to watch a football match. By May of 1904, the whole move was finalized and we were firmly established at Bowling Ground. And the first game was played on September 1st, 1904 versus Millwall, which is next door to Westham. Westham won 3-0. Yay us. To this day, Westham and Millwall are great rivals. Much battling occurs between Westham and Millwall supporters. At the end of the 2015 season, so the season that just ended, we have vacated Bowling Ground. After 112 years of playing football at the Bowling Ground, we're moving on. The site is going to be redeveloped for housing, retail, and leisure facilities, and we will be the first people to occupy Queen Elizabeth's Olympic Park. We won a bid, and we will start our season this year here. The Olympic Park was originally built for the 2012 Olympics, and to keep the site alive. Quite often, Olympic parks, they have the Olympics, and they fall in disrepair after the Olympics is over. London has been working to keep this site alive. It's a mixed-use area. There's commercial, residential, and athletic venues in the area. Not only will it host Westham football, but will be one of the premier sites for other athletic events in London, in addition to Wembley Stadium. The seating capacity is 6,000 fans, so that's an increase, I believe, by about 20,000 from what we can hold at Bowling Ground. The new season will start 2016. The first match that Westham will play in this stadium will be next month. August 4th, 2016 will be the first match. Westham is always joked about being a kind of a middle of the table team, but a lot of big supporters. Westham was ranked by Forbes as number 17, valued number 17 of the top 20 football teams. It's valued at $542 million US dollars. It's not in pounds, it's US dollars. My slide got moved. We sit at 17th. Real Madrid is number 1. For English teams, Manchester United would be the first English team Man City, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, another rival of West Ham. It's another Northeast London team. West Ham, and then we go all the way up to North England to Newcastle United. 17th, that's not too bad for small East End working class community, the East of London. They say that, here's a good place to insert a Top Gear joke. Some say Barack Obama is claimed to be a West Ham supporter. His sister lived in London, and he fell in love with the Hammers while visiting. Actor-comedian John Cleese, Russell Brand, James Corbin. Most people know him now. He's taken over, I believe, The Tonight Show. Katy Perry, Ray Winston, Lennox Lewis, the boxer, Alfred Hitchcock, Matt Damon, and the one that surprised me the most, Her Majesty the Queen. So West Ham is very well supported, and that's just 10. And of course, myself.
Why didn't you put your picture up there?
The camera would have broken. West Ham has just finished 112 years and closed the door on Bowling Ground and our 112 years of history there. As a West Ham supporter, I'm looking forward to what the next years will bring in Olympic Park. We're moving to a brand new state-of-the-art stadium. We finished 7th in the Premier League last year, and so looking forward to seeing how we will fare this year. As a little tidbit, this was filmed at the last match at Bowling Ground. They're chanting for one of our star players, Payet, one of the lead scorers for West Ham. Most clubs have a song. West Ham's is I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, named out. We got it from a player. Any questions? What for?
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That's cool. What are they going to do with the old park, the Bowling Park?
The old park, they're going to redevelop.
You did say that.
Yeah, it's going to be a mixed
Actual
use.
recreation.
There is an article that talks about that in the West Ham area, it's a very industrialized area. There is a concern with West Ham leaving. So much has been built up around the football club being at Bowling Ground off of Green Street, that by moving them down the road to Stratford, that they may have economic impact on the actual Upton Park area. Do you think there'll be enough people that will move and that the area will still support those businesses? So it is a concern, but as far as the football club is concerned, it is a better move for them to move from Upton Park to Stratford. The stadium holds more, so more revenue. We haven't even held our first match, and 50,000 season tickets have already been sold. They've sold out on their season tickets already. So already they've got a great following. This year alone, this year's the first year since I've been following West Ham that the club has come to the U.S. They played in Seattle and in North Carolina, 2 U.S. friendlies, trying to become more of a global market, realizing that there are a lot of supporters who do live here in the United States.
Cool.
Any other questions?
And when did you become a fan of West Ham United?
Became a fan of West Ham United in 2010 when we had, again, 3 players who were playing on the England World Cup team. Shortly after the World Cup, West Ham was relegated to the Champions League. And most of those players moved on. They wanted to play top flight football. That's when we brought in Big Fat Sam Allardyce, who is known as a saver. West Ham was, the next season, we did well enough that we moved up back into the Premier League where we've stayed. This is our first season with Slaven Bilic, and we are very, very happy with him and the type of football he plays. And this is probably the best showing that we've had in 15, 20 years. Anyone else? All right. Well, thank you all for coming.